Hello and welcome, my friend. You may forget how much God loves you at times, not because you stopped believing, but because life got loud. Duties, thoughts, and little annoyances, they build up until you start to feel normal again. But you're not. Someone God has chosen with care is not like everyone else. When He decides to show that kind of work, it shows up in how you move, think, and react. And all of a sudden, everyone can feel it in every cell of their body. You may have noticed it recently. You're going about your day like normal, waiting in line at the store, taking a short ride in an elevator, and stopping for coffee, and then someone stares at you for too long. Not a wink, not a glare, just stuck. They look away, then back, and then act like they weren't looking at all. You can feel the moment land, but you keep going. This is the simple truth about those times. God gave you the power to speak before you even think about what you want to say. People don't know what to do right away, so they hesitate. A waiter is too polite. A neighbor keeps it short, not cold, just careful. A friend types, deletes, and then sends the less harsh version. They're not sure why they're being careful around you. They are just that way. Take a moment to think about famous people. Most people don't just walk up to them. They stay in one place. They talk in whispers. They don't think they have the right to come up to them. That's what some people are quietly doing with you. Not because you asked for space, but because your life started to get heavy. And people are careful with heavy things. What made that weight? God's hand at work behind the scenes. He didn't talk to you about it. He changed the way you look every day. You answer more slowly, but it's cleaner. You don't have to say it 3 times. You leave rooms when your heart tells you to. Even if the clock says you can stay, you don't have to build a courtroom around each yes and no. That kind of clarity has a sound. It can be heard in rooms. Some people will feel safer with you. They let out a breath. They tell you the truth instead of what they practiced. Some will take their time. They'll make jokes, switch topics, or act differently for no reason. Some will move away from you, not because you hurt them, but because being near you brings out parts of them they've been trying to avoid. Your calm stops their noise. You also felt something else, but you might not have known what it was. Sometimes a stranger looks at you like they know you. It's not this memory of life. It's older. Souls touch each other long before they meet. When they see you now, they try to remember where they first saw you. They won't be able to find the file. They'll just feel the pull. And yes, there is a reason why some people like you but won't get closer. People are careful when they see value. If they mess up with a stranger, it's not a big deal. It feels like a lot of money if they mess up with you. So, they pay attention to what they say. They check the air. They don't let go. That space isn't rejection. They don't know how to deal with reverence yet. You don't hurry to fill the gap. You let someone find their words if they are looking for them. You can still see your warmth, a small smile, steady eye contact, and one clear question. How are you? Really? In these days, you don't need to say anything to keep your distance. That doesn't work for me, is all you need to say. My dear friend, let people who are careful be careful. Some people need time to match the honesty they see in you. Give it to them. And about this new you, keep in mind that most people don't talk to you because they don't think they have the same rights as you do. They wonder, what would I even say? Am I a part of that conversation? That's what some people are thinking about you spiritually. They can feel the God work in your life, and they don't want to mess it up. Yes, it's clumsy, but it's also respect in a rough draft. You'll also meet the other reaction, the cold look, the clipped tone, and the person who suddenly gets angry when you're around. And now you don't even try to fix it. You don't get smaller for it anymore. That was the you from back then. Your new job is to be exact. Same voice, same speed, same peace, and let the weather be what it is. And the ones who really need you will come to you. You won't have to trick them. I don't know why, but I feel like I can be honest here, is what they'll say. That's your sign. Not a speech, not a sermon, just being there. A good question, an honest answer, and the ability to listen all the way through. If you ever want to call these times awkward, use the word confirmation instead. It's not just something you think about. God made your presence more valuable and then changed how people saw you. At first, it's hard to deal with, but it gets easier with time. It slows down the bad motives and makes room for the good ones. So when someone gives you a long look and then looks away, smile. They aren't just looking at you. They're getting the message that God sent you. They are doing what people do with a name they respect. First, they go around. They check their measurements and then, when they're ready, they move forward. The best part is that you didn't have to ask to be different. It was time for God to act. And once He makes up His mind, you can't hide. No matter what you do, you were never meant to be easy to understand. That's why people look at you, copy you, or quietly compare themselves to you. They're trying to figure out a mystery that doesn't make sense. It was made to be believed. But there's one thing I want you to remember. You don't have to worry about how other people respond to your light. You don't have to dim it, defend it, or prove that it's real. You just keep walking in it naturally, with humility, and without stopping. You paid for this peace. You got to this point of stability after going through confusion, heartbreak, rejection, and long periods of silence when God seemed far away but was really right next to you the whole time. That's why your yes means more than all the reasons you gave before. So, don't take it personally if people watch you from a distance but don't come near. That distance shows that what's on you is heavy. God made sure that the right people will feel free and the wrong people will feel blocked. That's not social awkwardness. That's divine order. Some of them will come back when they realize you weren't unreachable, just busy with things that used to drain you. They'll come up to you slowly, and when they do, you should be nice to them, not mean, because by then, you'll know that their hesitation was never a no, it was respect trying to grow up. And those who still get cold, let them. You don't have to go to court every time someone misunderstands your silence to defend your spirit. You're not chilly, you're paying attention. You aren't far away, you're safe. You don't feel proud, you're exact. That's what it means to be spiritually mature, knowing when to be open and when to stay closed. You now know that not every hand that reaches out should be held, and not every invitation is worth your time, peace, clarity, and presence. These things are now sacred currency. And the best part is that you learned that you don't have to force respect anymore. But if you ever wonder why your circle seems smaller, it's just the way this time of year is. God cut out distractions that looked like friends and noise that looked like connection. He's making sure that what comes next is in line with where he's sending you. Some people feel pressure when you're around, while others feel at ease. You are now both the reminder and the invitation. You are a symbol of hope for one person, to someone else, responsibility, for another, proof that following the rules pays off. Different mirrors, same you, and yes, that can make you feel lonely. You may feel both surrounded and unseen at times, but know this. God sees you more than people do. He is the only one who can correctly figure out how heavy the load you carry is. You've reached the point where silence is louder than defense, and being there does what arguing can't. That's not being arrogant, that's real alignment. You now know that God will explain things to you, so keep coming back the way you have been, steady, nice, and sure of yourself without trying. Give people time to get used to the new you. Some will get warm, some will fall off. Neither of these things changes what God has already decided about you. And when you feel that familiar stare in a store, at a meeting, or even just passing by, don't roll your eyes or shrink. Smile inside again, because the same thing is still happening. They aren't looking at you, they're responding to what God is doing in your life. You are proof that He is real, that He can take an ordinary person, put them through silence and surrender, and send them back glowing with peace that can't be bought. So, keep going, don't hide it, but carry it lightly. You've spent enough time trying to explain yourself to people who weren't meant to get it. This is your time to show proof in silence. You don't have to make anyone feel at ease anymore. You just have to keep being what God made you. Steady, different, and impossible to deny. They don't just see you, they feel you, even if they don't say so. And that feeling is what makes them pause, whisper, and stare. The same reason they want you but are afraid of you. If you'd want to sit in this similar tranquility for a little longer before you go, I've made a spot for you to do so. My second channel is called Simplified Serenity. It has worship music that is good for prayer, meditation, and being still. A peaceful place for your heart to relax, breathe, and talk to God. Just touch the playlist on your screen. I'd love to see you there.